Hello students, and welcome to Income Tax Accounting 2, Week 3. We're at the midpoint of the course, so we'll be on the downhill slide after this. So I'm going to start like usual, scrolling down on our homepage here to look at the calendar. Today is Monday, November 4th, so it's the last day of Week 2. You've got until midnight tonight to make any last-minute response posts and get all your assignments done over in Connect. For Week 3, you've got till this Friday the 8th to get your original post submitted, and then next Monday the 11th is when you need to be wrapping up the discussion and getting all your assignments completed. Now remember, I warned last week, there's more than just the Connect assignments in Week 3. Same with Weeks 4 and 5. Looking out here at Week 5, you'll see the last day of class is the 25th, so it's that Monday before Thanksgiving. So we'll have this class all wrapped up and done before the holiday gets started. So scrolling back up here for Week 3, you will see that we're going to be looking at the distribution of property to the shareholder. So that we'll be looking at how a corporation can give property as opposed to cash as in place of a dividend. We're also going to look at how to compute a corporation's earnings and profits and determine the shareholder's dividend income. Our reading for the week will be Chapter 14. Our discussion will center around a corporation distributing a piece of land. We've got Carla Haney here. She is the sole shareholder of XYZ Corporation, and the corporation owns a piece of land that she would like to use to build a house on for herself. So she's wanting the company to distribute the land to her. Well, she needs to have a value for it. She's got a value in mind, but she needs it documented. So she hires an appraiser who comes out, and that value comes back much higher than she's expected. So she hires a second appraiser, and that one comes in much lower than the first one. So that's the one she decides she wants to go with. Now remember, she is the sole shareholder, so there's no other shareholders that can be impacted by her decision. But you need to tell us in your post what you think of her choice to go with the lower one and what that will mean for her taxes, for XYZ's taxes. Remember to support that with something from either the text or from some outside source. Okay. In addition to that, we have our Connect homework, so there will be Learn Smarts from Chapter 14. There will also be multiple choice from Chapter 14. There is a single problem from Chapter 14. And then we have our big tax return. So we're going to be doing the tax return from Express Catering, and I have attached the 2018 federal forms that you will be using. Now I know the instructions here say 17, but put all of the 17 information on the 18 forms I've provided. And then you will put those in the Dropbox out here. And this is the way I see the Dropbox. So you'll put them here in the Dropbox for Week 3. Now, the information you use can be found over here at Resources, Content, and coming down here for Week 3. Here we go, tax return problem. So here, excuse me, that's not where it is. It's, come on, it's course documents. There we go. And here you'll see also that's where we find 4 and 5. So if you click on the Week 3, it brings up the information for Express Catering. So again, it says 2017. I've provided the 18 forms. Just use those. So here's the name, the address, the employer ID, date incorporated. Here are their shareholders and all their personal information. You can see their social security numbers, the shares owned. There's some background information about the catering company here that you will need to use. Here is their depreciation information. Here is information about the shareholders. You're going to need to use this. So all of this information will be used on the 1125E. Here is their balance sheet, and here is the income statement. So let's take a look at, here is the 1120. It is 6 pages. You need to complete it, all 6 pages. So you'll fill in name, address, federal tax ID number, date incorporated, total assets, and then you'll go down through the 1120 and fill all of this out. Here's the Schedule C portion. You'll need to fill that, the Schedule J, the Schedule K, which is 2 pages. Then you will have the Schedule L and the M1 and the M2. Then you will come over to the 1125A, which is their cost of goods sold. Do not forget to answer these questions in the check boxes. Then you will have the 1125E. You will list the names of the shareholders, their social security numbers, the percent of time dedicated to the business, as well as the percent of total shares owned and the amount of compensation. So you'll need to complete all of these forms and save them and then put them in the Dropbox. If you have any questions about this, do not hesitate to contact me.